A group of Nigerians who have been stranded in Saudi Arabia for 6 months have arrived in Abuja. More than 400 women and children had been stuck abroad because of the coronavirus pandemic. Banarima Mfentola reports.
Relieved to be home at last, these women are singing the praises of the government for returning them safely to Nigeria. Their ordeal came to light when a video posted on social media went viral. It showed people lying on the floor, covered in black bags, calling for help.
Please and please, I'm here on behalf of the others to seek for your pardon, to help us please and assist us. Assist us please to get us back to our country, inshallah.
The video sparked an outcry, with people demanding the Nigerian government provide assistance. Evacuation flights are now taking place. This is the third in the space of a week. Government officials were there to meet the latest returnees who will have to isolate before they can reunite with loved ones.
We have different plans for different people. For those who are already working, it's just about finishing their tests and making sure that they are COVID-19 free, and then they will be allowed to continue their normal life. We have those who might need assistance, probably those who don't have anything tangible at hand. We will know, and then we'll start the orientation for them on how to start businesses, and we will see how we can also get funding, because government has that. I must have told you about the Hand Power program and all those program of government, this particular government, for sustainability.
For many, coming home is a relief. They say they had been living in fear in Saudi Arabia because they entered the country illegally.
It is not our country. We were there illegally and we got caught, so we have to return home.
These women are not the only ones who have left the country in search of a brighter future. For years, Nigerians have spread out across the globe. For some of them, a flight home is welcomed. Banarima Mfentola, Arise News.
Well, we're joined by Ambassador BOLAJI AKINREMI, the Director of Consular and Legal at Nigeria's Ministry of Foreign Affairs, who you heard from in that report. Welcome to Newsnight. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
After that particular video went viral, Nigerians were, outraged, to say the least. How did that even happen? It's one thing for Nigerians to be stranded in any one country, but for them to be in that situation, in that kind of squalid condition, why? And why did the Foreign Affairs Ministry not even know about it?
Well, thank you so much for having me one more time. Well, talking about the video was not actually what prompted the Nigerian government into this. There have been plans to have this. Negotiation has to take place between the Nigerian government and the Saudi authorities. And while this was going on, this video came out. And the secondary issue we should know is that there are many Nigerians in Saudi Arabia. And so that explains that number that you see. Thirdly is that other countries were also there. So it's not only Nigerian nationals that were there. We had a lot of other citizens that were there, and each one taking care of their own at a specific time. So that was the time that we were able to take up that assignment.
Okay, now one of the things that quite a few people have asked online is there any point during the course of duty of the Foreign Ministry that there are checks about what's happening to Nigerians abroad without us discovering online that this is what is happening, without somebody coming to cry out that their daughter was killed by a policeman in Saudi Arabia or their son was killed by a policeman in Dubai? Is there anything that the ministry is put in place that guarantees that you're tracking Nigerians everywhere else, everywhere they go in the world.
That's very correct. One of the major mandates of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is to take care of the interests of the citizens outside the shores of Nigeria. And we do this regularly. It's called consular services. And we do visit the prisons, and of course we provide counsel and notary public or other activities that other services that Nigeria may require. Now, in terms of the circumstance or the situation of Nigerians in prison, it depends on the number that you are looking at in terms of frequency to the prisons. We go there regularly with the authorities' approval. Diplomatically, you can't just go to the prison. You have to have approval to go, and each time that you go, you are accompanied by the host authority, and then you talk to your people, you take note, and if there's any incidents, according to the Vienna Convention, the host authority is supposed to inform the diplomatic mission of what is happening to their nationals. And so we have this relationship with almost all nations.
Okay, before we go, I would like to know exactly what's the level of your engagement with the Saudi authorities, whether in the case of this returnees, this stranded returnees, or the Nigerians, as a matter of fact, in Saudi Arabia, because there have been stories of Nigerians being ill-treated in Saudi Arabia.
Yes, we are fully engaged on this. We have 2 missions in Saudi. We have in Jeddah, then we have in Riyadh. And these 2 missions are quite engaged with the Saudi authorities. Right here in Nigeria, we have the Embassy of Saudi Kingdom here, and we meet with them regularly. As the Director Consular, I've hosted, within just a month that I came here, I've hosted the ambassador and his deputy in my office, and we have discussed all these issues.
Any assurances that Nigerians would not have to be in this kind of situation going forward?
Well, let us take it from here that the weather condition in Saudi is different from here. And it was not only Nigerians that were in that condition. It was just that in that particular center, Nigerians were the one there. Other nations kept their own circumstances and they were fairly out of the place. But we know that the Saudi authority were not deliberately maltreating Nigerians. But every nation has governance over their migration. You know, you don't want to open your country to just anybody. They have control over their nation. It's part of their sovereignty. But we just know that they must maintain decorum. They must ensure that Nigerians are not harassed.
All right. Thank you very much, Ambassador BOLAJI AKINREMI, the Director, Consular and Legal Department in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.